every time we gather, every fellowship, every service is important because every service represents another step towards our liberation. Say liberation.
Liberation.
Say freedom.
Freedom.
Say truth.
Truth.
Say choice.
Choice.
We as the Holy Coptic Church, we have the opportunity to minister to people, whether it's on the street or on our jobs or in our families, etc., etc. And I can't speak for everybody, but I can say that a lot of people that I speak to say that they already know the truth. They say that they hear what we're saying, but for whatever reason, they're not making the choice to live by what they already know is the truth. That's alarming because it says that we are choosing to live in the condition, in the mindset, and in the status quo of what we have been living for millennia now.
Yes.
We as a people are a great people. We have a great story.
Amen.
We have a great past, we have a great present, and we have a mighty future.
That's right.
But the difference between us being slaves and the difference between us suffering the way that we suffer now versus actually liberating ourselves and actually finding the bridge between our problems and our solutions, the difference between that is one word: choice. Choice. And so today's sermon is entitled The Purpose of Your Full Potential. The purpose of your full potential. We as a people operate on our full potential when we choose to.
It's true.
We operate on our full potential for whom we choose to.
That's right.
Let's think about that for a second. The people who they say, because it's cute that they think they do, but they say run the world are not the actual people putting in the work to get things done on this planet. We don't have to go far. We don't have to actually go online or actually go into any deep research. We can just look around our environment today. Look at any multi-million-dollar company here in the Bahamas or around the world. But more so, I would say let's focus here right on in the Bahamas, because I want to talk to my people today.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
And look at who's actually doing the work in these companies. It's one thing to draw a building. It's one thing to know the theory behind how the building is supposed to actually be built and what type of material is supposed to be utilized. It's another thing to actually build it. You pass any construction site and you'll see us building the buildings. You walk into any bank and you'll see us running the bank. You walk into any food store and you'll see us running the food store.
Sure.
You walk into any hotel and you'll see us running the hotel. You walk into any church and you'll see us running the church. At high levels, at world-class levels, at full potential in many instances. But yet, we don't control our destiny. What is that saying about our potential? If you have a pen and a paper, I want you to write this down. Number one, we as a people do not know the purpose of our full potential. We as a people do not know the purpose of our full potential. That's something that we need to examine right now and understand, well, why? Because we all aim to reach our fullest potential. Whether we go to school, we're learning and we're being taught that we have a divinity, that we have a purpose. And this is what we're meeting when we go to minister to people on the streets. They say, yes, we know that we have a great legacy and a great past. And they know that they have a divinity inside of them. However, it's not manifesting. You know that you have $1 billion in the bank, but you ain't withdrawn from the account. Why?
Why? That's right.
Why live in squalor? Why live like a pauper when you're royalty? You know you're royalty. Now, Beyonce have the song, what? Brown Skin Girl. You listen to the words of that song? Beyonce sings to the world. She sings to pop culture. They know. They know what melanin is. They know the beauty of melanin. They know the purpose of melanin. But are we allowing the potential of that melanin, of that divinity, of our true selves to free us, to liberate us? I would have to say no. So why know that you have an option? Why know that you have a choice, but then not choose to be free? Why have a potential, but not utilize that potential to further your goals, to control your destiny? We don't know the purpose of our full potential. And there's a reason why we don't know that. Somebody stepped in and now make us use our potential for their benefit. Let's go to the original books of the Bible. Let's go to the 12th scroll within the first papyrus. Because we're going to see something here that I know is going to rock some people's world. Because it's going to go against everything that you've been taught. Page 222. If the only thing you've been taught is Greco-Roman Christianity, is Western standards, if you've never learned your true religious identity, we're going to rock your world right now.
Come on now.
The 12th scroll of the very first papyrus, verse 105. Bismillah al-Kaliko al-Kareem, in the name of the sustainer who is the creator, the generous one. Let peace and blessings be upon humanity from the great celestial mansions of the Dendera. For as such, within the angelic mysteries, which we, your guardian angelic host, reveal to humanity, that it was good, the Adama group of Homo sapien called Atum. Say Atum.
Atum.
Now they will tell you that there was a man called Adam. That nowhere in the Bible does it say that, by the way. There's nowhere in the Bible where a man is named Adam. It says male and female created he them and called their name Adam. It's talking about a male and a female, a tribe called Adam. And this Atum ate or partook of these two records that were kept beneath the two trees of sacred constructed structures by which was stimulated the sacred tree of the spinal column, the Z pillar. Now some people will say, well, hold on now, what did you just say? Let me say it another way. You learn the story about Adam and Eve being in the garden.
Yes.
Yeah. And they told Adam and Eve, God told Adam and Eve, like you could eat from any tree, but you won't eat from that one over there. The tree of knowledge. And we learn the story of how Adam and Eve, they say, are beguiled by the serpent. And Eve takes this fruit, and then she shares it with Adam, and then bam, original sin, we're kicked out of the garden. Because we wanted what? Knowledge. He wanted to learn. He wanted to know something. And so what subliminally is being said to us is that to seek knowledge is to be removed from the presence of God. My Lord.
My goodness.
But what actually took place? Do you think that the Most High actually didn't want us to take the knowledge that the Most High had put in the garden for us? You really believe that's what was taking place. Because they say the serpent told Eve, listen man, if you eat this fruit, you're going to become like God.
My goodness.